What's that? We're on. Oh.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. What's up, bros?
Hey, what's up, dudes? Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the program. You know,
Guys, it is August 4th.
2023, year of our Lord, and we're here to praise Allah and honor him. And how do we do that, you might ask? We watch a bunch of funny/stupid video clips that I have for you because
I love you.
All right, this first clip is pretty great. It's the guys who did this Sound of Freedom movie. By the way, what does freedom sound like? That's the big problem I have with that movie. They never answer that. It actually sounds like this.
CK Louis.
The guys who made that movie, they got a huge get. Former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Check this out. Check out his answer to this question.
Thank you on behalf of a lot of people. Fantastic job.
Thank you. What was your favorite scene of the film?
I think the start, the ending, and maybe the result was what I liked. That was a great result. That was a hard-earned result, though.
Oh, so Mr. President, what was your favorite part of the movie? Well, the beginning was very strong. Middle. I was particularly taken by the middle, the end. Having said all that, the parts in between the beginning and the middle, in screenwriting, they call that the first act. Very strong first act. But I also was very captured by the parts in between the middle and end, and including the middle and end. They call that the second and third act. Also very strong. Okay, right, Mr. President, but was there a specific scene? You know, that's the whole movie, but is there a specific scene? Well, you got the credits come up in the beginning. That's a solid choice because we want to know who did this thing. We want to pay our respects to the people who made this thing, so that's a solid choice. Then you go into what they call the opening shot. You got to open the movie somehow, and I really like that. Okay, all right, Mr. President, we get it.
My friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
I think we're getting through to them.
No way.
I think they may be ready to ask themselves as they look into the mirror, what if we're the bad guys here? You think?
Calm down. I command you, and I also demand with all the power invested in me. With the power vested, is it invested or vested in me? I command you. I command/demand you to calm down. God damn you. Yeah, I really can't stop watching Tim Pool videos now. I think it's like a compulsion. I think it's becoming sort of a problem. If I'm gonna keep it 100 and stay honest about it, I think it is becoming a problem. But he is my favorite YouTuber, and he is the funniest man on YouTube. And this
one has shot straight to the top of my favorite
crystal flute
videos.
You think? I love these leftists on YouTube. They're like, we're here to support the working class. And then they're all like privileged elites of academia, like wealth and means.
Terrible.
They're like, the government should pay off all of our student loan debt, which basically means taxing the poor working class to pay for the highest income earners in the country. Right. Yo, you're the bad guys. It's really simple. But hey,
you're the bad guys. It's really simple. Let's check into this one a little bit. I mean, this information is very available, especially to a multi-millionaire political commentator. Economists at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School estimate that households with an annual income below about $82,000, would receive the bulk, 74% of the total forgiveness funds. These families fall in the bottom 60% of wage earners. So this is his first example. This is right off the bat. This is in the first minute of this video.
But hey, shout out to David Brooks, and I mean this sincerely.
Yeah.
For a well thought out piece breaking down why they're the bad guys.
Right.
And he nails it. Oh. So much of it. I'm impressed. Of course, I think the dude realized he is the bad guy. Absolutely. But because you can't just go to a bunch of Democrats and be like, look, everything we're doing is evil. We have to stop. Because they won't listen. Oh. He still says, but Trump is bad and we are well-intentioned. Right. But something happened to this guy. And he must have woke up in a cold sweat 2 a.m. and said, my word.
Going like that.
We're evil. And they finally realized it. They realized why.
So I don't know if you can spot the kind of funny thing about this already. Tim Pool starts off this thing. He's like, these disgusting
perverts
who want to forgive student loan debt for low income people. Man, they're finally coming around. And my example for that is a David Brooks article. So it kind of looks like multi-millionaire political commentator Tim Pool didn't know or doesn't know that David Brooks is one of the most prominent conservative writers in the country for the past how many years? How many years has David Brooks been churning out crap, absolute unreadable garbage for the New York Times? I think he's been doing it
for one day. For one day.
Yeah, he's going like this. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you just do a Wikipedia on this guy, it's the fourth word. He churns out crap, and the New York Times keeps letting him do it, and they keep doing this too. And then he goes like this.
So let me try another story on you.
Okay.
I ask you to try on a vantage point in which we anti-Trumpers are not the eternal good guys. In fact, we're the bad guys.
Whoa.
They're starting to figure it out, finally.
Hey, you better calm down or you're going to get one of these.
Boom, boom.
Going to get a couple of those.
Boom, 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 boom.
You're going to get one of these. Okay, I wanted to read this article, but I'm just going to let Tim do it because this is kind of what he does. He'll just like let the camera roll and read some crap and then say something incredibly stupid. I guess to avoid copyright issues, but here we go. Check this out.
Lived. The ideal that we're all in this together was replaced with the reality that the educated class lives in a world up here.
Oh.
And everybody else is forced into a world down there.
Oh, my God.
Members of our class are always publicly speaking out for the marginalized, but somehow we always end up building systems that serve ourselves.
That's true.
The most important of those systems is the modern meritocracy.
Oh, boy.
We built an entire social order that sorts and excludes people on the basis of the quality that we possess most.
Okay.
Academic achievement.
Oh, my God.
Highly educated parents go to elite schools, marry each other, work at high-paying professional jobs, and pour enormous resources into our children, who get into the same elite schools, marry each other, and pass their exclusive class privileges down from generation to generation. Daniel Markovits summarized years of research in his book, The Meritocracy Trap.
Okay,
Today,
so it sounds like old Davy Brooks got his hands on a copy of Daniel Markovits' book, and he's like, oh, I could churn an article out around it.
Toilets.
Okay, yeah, so that article that Tim Pool is reading from David, what's the guy's name? David Brooks. That's on the front page of the New York Times. He's always on the front page of the New York Times, this goober.
This goon.
Yeah, giving the guy a little bit of a hard time, doing a little bit of this to him.
Boom.
But all that stuff he's saying is true. It's definitely in that Meritocracy Trap book. I did a little book report on that book. But it does seem like David Brooks is a little full of it here. He's a little bit full of... Because when it actually comes to like doing those policies that would kind of soften the blow of that stuff he's talking about, you get this. You can read that? No, not Bernard Sanders, not ever. He is not a liberal. He's the end of liberalism. He wrote this in February 27, 2020. So when the rubber hits the road, he's doing a little bit of... But will he churn out a stupid article about it? Oh, you bet your ass he will.
Which brings me to our good friends, the YouTube elite, the bread tubers, the academics, the people who make these YouTube videos where they use large words to describe their ideas that are hard for the average person to understand and often don't make any sense because the purpose is to sound intelligent with obscure small words and very long obscure words. No, to put it simply.
Okay, so small, confusing words and large. Okay, you know what? This part's true. Because I'm sick of these snobs. I'm sick of these disgusting, wretched snobs who use these big words to try to seem smart. So I dug up this video. It's of one of these elite millionaire snobs using big words to try to be like an elite to a working class New Yorker. Check this out.
I think that before you go, that's a really great point that I think may separate. It's utilitarianism versus deontologism. That you're quantifying versus I'm not. You see what I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
it's utilitarianism versus
crystal flute-ism.
There it is, the minimization of harm, and mine is more about the individual is the small. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I'm curious about the second part of that. You said you know what I mean because I really don't.
Oh,
mine is about minimization of harm.
The two philosophies
about
America's dad
violating the ethics of an individual is violating ethics regardless. And yours is minimization of harm is better. So utilitarian versus deontological. From my standpoint, committing one unethical act is a violation of principle and ethics that can't be crossed. But I will admit, there's not like a hard line.
I think that is silly.
This is what they do.
Yes.
They go to the elite schools.
Oh.
They take on debt to do so. Claim they're underprivileged. Then expect trade workers to pay their bills.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Those who are settled in debt are not the same as the elites who get to go to school because their parents pay for it.
Right.
But they are just one step below that.
Right.
And now they, wanting desperately to suckle the teat.
Whoa, hey, what'd I say?
Boom, 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 boom.
Corrupt elites would make you, the working class, pay their bills.
Right. So another way to put that is I, a multimillionaire political commentator, don't want poor people to get student debt relief. So that's a translation there.
Like all elites, we use language and mores as tools to recognize one another and exclude others.
Right.
Using words like problematic, cisgender, Latinx, and intersectional is a sure sign that you've got cultural capital coming out of your ears. Whoa. Meanwhile, members of the less educated classes have to walk on eggshells.
Okay.
Because they never know when we've changed the usage rules so that something that was sayable 5 years ago now gets you fired.
This is classic David Brooks crap. You know, he kind of starts to make these points about class that are kind of true. And then he's like, wokeness. Woke. And then he goes into some wokeness stuff. He's like, and the lower classes, then they're all scared because they don't know what they're allowed to say. And David Brooks definitely knows this because he only hangs out with other New York snobs, other New York media snobs. This is like every David Brooks article. You know, he'll bring up these problems that are kind of real. And then instead of like, here's some policies that could help this kind of stuff, like student debt relief for poor people, which he's against, or Bernard Sanders crap, which he's against. It's just a wokeness or something. I don't know. I got to churn an article out. So I can live in my fancy New York apartment and do this, and do this.
Being a little bit harsh on old Davy Brooks. You know what I mean?
He did, one of his last articles was like, why the New York Mets are, actually, I like them. Who cares?
Who cares?
This is on the front page of the New York Times. That should be on the front page of
Toilets.
But he's a human being. You know, he's a human being. But his public persona is pure goofiness. This is from just a month ago. Why I Still Love the New York Mets by Davy Brooks. Chip, chip, chip. I can feel the New York... Okay. Chiseling out a piece of my soul every... You know, come on. All right. He's just now learning that meritocracy is a scam. Yeah, okay, great. You know, good for you. I say good for you, David Brooks. You found a way to make a lot of money and be famous for, I don't know. What is this?
We also change the moral norms in ways that suit ourselves. Never
Right.
mind the cost to others. For example, there used to be a norm that discouraged people from having children outside of marriage. But that got washed away during our period of cultural dominance as we eroded norms that seemed judgmental or that might inhibit individual freedom.
Okay, come on. There we go. What's the solution to these economic problems? Get married. Oh, I never heard that from conservatives. That's a brand new one. That's amazing.
Sniffing. They push policies they don't adhere to.
Oh my God.
They claim they're helping everybody, but they're burning the whole thing down.
Hey, did you forget?
Boom, 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 boom.
You're going to get your
booty hole waxed down
if you don't stop it.
They don't follow the same norms as you. In South Park, hit the nail on the head with the hammer. They point this out all the time.
Oh, great.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Right.
They will say, you should have kids, do whatever you want, go party. Do they? No, they don't.
Have kids, do whatever you want, go party. Okay.
They're the prestigious upper crust. Pinkies out is proper.
Right.
They
people who want student debt relief for poor people, okay?
Tell you,
yeah,
go abort your kids, sterilize your kids. But what do we see with, say, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt? Why, when their child came out as trans, they did not get emergency surgery interventions. Okay. And now their child is a normal, well-to-do, liberal female. Meanwhile,
what an amazing example. Okay.
I want to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
To this quote and address it.
No problem.
Republicans see a world changing around them uncomfortably fast, and they want it to slow down, maybe even take a step backward. But if you're a person of color, a woman who values gender equality, or an LGBT person, would you want to go back to 1963? I doubt it.
Right.
What a vacuous, insipid, and moronic statement.
Hey.
Boom.
This person who said this has no factual understanding of the world around him.
Oh, my God.
He got his news from CNN, wrote a quote, and is now being quoted because he's a political scientist.
Boom.
So let's break this one down bit by bit.
Ugh,
the world changing around you uncomfortably fast?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's true and correct. But changing in what way is the question. The implication is that change is always good.
Okay.
Republicans see a world changing around them in very devastating and bad ways, such as, I don't know, them putting books in schools that have sexual gratuitous images in them.
Right. Anti-gay panic stuff. Right. So the quote he just read is like, oh, Republicans want to go back. You know, they want to go back to some perfect time. But gay people and women, black people, they go back. It's not going to be so great. And Tim Pool's like, oh, I'm going to dunk on this one. Panicking about gay stuff. That's good. Oh, point made. Point made, dunked on, and blown on with
a crystal flute. The privileged elites isolate themselves.
Yeah, out in compounds in the middle of nowhere and in New York writing New York Times articles. Yeah, what else?
Give themselves whatever they want.
Oh.
Their associates in media act like they're oppressed.
Oh.
They make these YouTube videos where they're like, clearly the left is the most correct way to approach things, and we should forgive student debt.
Boom.
The rich people arguing to take from the poor once again, while claiming that they are actually the oppressed. Oh. No, you're the bourgeoisie.
Oof.
The merchant class.
Oh my
the
God.
intelligentsia. Well.
Yeah. Look up who David Brooks is and then look up the stats on the student loan forgiveness stuff, buddy, okay? Thank you. Have a good one.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, it's still summer, okay, and it's the weekend, and you know what that means.
You see me out, you catch me out, I'm out at the pool, all this bullshit, you know what I mean? I'm walking around the pool, I'm looking at people, I'm like, oh, look at that towel, what's that towel say? All this shit, And in that kind of situation, I got to keep the drip gorgeous. You know what I mean? And that's why I'll be wearing what are these things called? The Yeezy 450 slides that have come out.
What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm reviewing the upcoming Adidas Yeezy 450 slide. A slide that's been leaked for multiple years and is finally releasing in 2023 after the split of Kanye West and Adidas. And this slide is so wild looking that I actually wanted to get my first impressions of this shoe on camera.
I mean, it's just everybody's trying to ruin my summer. You know what I mean? Because I'm out here with my Yeezy 450 slides that just came out and looks like they sold out, and you got to pay $200 to $300 for them on eBay.
I'm out here with this drip at the pool,
at the gas station, at the hospital, all this shit, and people are like, why wearing those anti-Semitic shoes, man?
Why wearing those anti-Semitic chanclas, man?
And it's just like why are you wearing those David Cronenberg looking ass anti-Semitic shoes, bro?
It's just like.
So anyway, guys, don't let people give you a hard time like they're giving me a hard time for my little chanclas, you know what I mean? My little Kanye West chanclas. If somebody gives you a hard time, take one off and give them a little
boom, boom, boom.
You know what I mean? But guys, thank God it's the weekend. Hope you have a good time, and I hope you do a lot of this. And who knows, maybe even some of this and this.
I love you.
And guys, really spread the word that
New York City is nothing without pizza.
Love ya. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys.
Guess what? You're not even getting the whole show. If you want every episode and a whole bunch of other
subscribe on Patreon.
Subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. Just click the stupid little link below the video in the comments.
See, right there.
There you go. Click it, and that, yep. When you become a patron for as little as 2 bones, you get the Tuesday, Thursday, patron-only episodes. You also get the weekly Book-a-Blega show where we talk about important books. The questions and comments thing where you can ask questions and make comments and all this crap.
All for less than the price of a rancid Charleston chew.
And for only 25 putrid little dollars,
you could become a producer.
That's right, support the show and get your name up here. Look at these people. Look at these people, it make the show possible, okay? God. I mean, without these beautiful people, this show goes straight into the dumpster. A rotten, just wet, disgusting dumpster, behind a restaurant. So there's old milk in there. That's where this show ends up without these people. Is that what you want? Okay, I guess it's what you want. I'll just leave. Nope, it's done. It's too late. Okay? Here we go. Here's the dump truck. Here's the dump truck come to pick up the show. This is what would happen with no producers. Thank you.